All right, welcome to the August subscription tasting video. Today I have a guest with me, Serine.
Hi.
Hello. We are about to taste subscription coffees that we're sending out to all our coffee subscribers around the world. We do ship around the world and to Norway a lot. You actually do a lot of the packing.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and if you subscribe to our coffee, you can actually subscribe from 1 to 6 bags. And I select the coffees we send out every month, and it's normally 3 different coffees. So that means if you subscribe to 3 bags or more, you get to taste all 3 of them. And you can start and stop and pause the subscription any way you like. You can upgrade and downgrade as well. And we ship every first Wednesday of the month.
Yes.
Yeah. We normally spend 2 days roasting and then 1 day packing to all the subscribers. So if you want to subscribe, make sure to check out our website. Cool.
Cool.
Let's talk about you first.
Yes.
Who are you, Serine?
Well, my name is Serine. I've been working here at Tim Melbo for about a year now. Before I started working here, I was a store manager at Starbucks.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a step there.
Yeah. Well, why did you decide to come here?
Because I love working with coffee and I wanted to be more close to the coffee and to the whole process.
Yeah.
So,
And Starbucks was a nice start, I guess.
yes,
Yeah.
a very nice start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be a store manager is... I know how to be a store manager. You don't work a lot with the coffee.
No, we don't.
There's a lot of other things you need to do. So it's now you work as a barista.
Yes.
And you study as well.
And I study as well
Yeah.
to be a teacher. And then I work a little bit at the roastery as well here.
Yeah.
Yes, and a lot of subscription packing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can become a coffee teacher.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be the dream.
I got some ideas.
Yeah.
But we're not here to chit-chat. We are here to taste coffees.
Yes.
Yes. And we are sending out 3 different coffees this month. And if you know, if you follow us a lot, you might guess which farm we are sending out from.
The Caballero farm.
Yes,
Yes.
because we made this T-shirt in honor of the Caballero family, because they do grow geisha, java, Batian, and Catuaí. They also grow a lot of other cultivars. This year we've actually been buying, we didn't actually buy the java, we bought Pacamara, we bought Batian, we bought SL28, we bought Catuaí, we bought geisha, of course.
Of course.
And you were lucky to meet them because they were here just a couple of months ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was very nice experience to meet them and get to talk to them and learn even more about how it's like to be a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the nicest people.
Yes, so welcoming.
Yeah. So we had a little presentation with them for our staff, and we also tasted their coffees. They came to visit us here in Norway. They've been here actually a few times. They went to my wedding, and we actually went to Greece together now for the World of Coffee and spent a week on an island together. So they're very, very close friends, and we work close together and have been for many years. I'm not sure if you heard, we did some drying experiments there many years ago.
Yes.
And that kind of affected how we dry coffee on all the farms we work with now. Moises and I have been kind of discussing over the years how to process the coffee for us. So now he produces coffee specifically for us. And a fun thing, he had a visitor this year during the season, and the visitor asked, "Why don't you process all your coffee like that?" And the short answer was, "Because you don't pay." Which is so true. They produce a lot of coffee. And they have very, very good production techniques, but not all of their coffee is produced in the same way, because they have clients who, are not necessarily able to pay the same prices, or they need bigger volumes, or they are not so picky on the quality, or so everything has its price. And Moises and Marysabel are very professional in kind of catering for different markets. But what they all have in common is that even if you buy, their kind of lower qualities, it's pretty good coffee. Yeah.
Definitely.
So every time I see their coffee somewhere, I try to taste it, because it's always interesting to taste the different qualities. Yeah. Should we taste some coffees?
Yes.
All right. So the first coffee is kind of their staple coffee. It's the Catuaí. And people who subscribe to our coffee have tasted that many times. But every year there's different seasons. They do change a little bit in quality. They have many different small farms in a big area. and we are lucky to be able to select, just a few lots that from the very best selections. And I have certain style that I'm looking for when I buy these coffees. I actually buy this coffee because I want it to be very sweet, and I'm not necessarily looking for high acidity when I buy Catuaí from them. Because in my opinion, the best attributes of this coffee is sweetness.
Yes, I agree.
So let's top up the cup a little bit before we taste. Maybe you can taste and tell me how it tastes like, instead of me telling everyone all the time.
Yes. It really has that sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very good everyday coffee, I would say. Very low in acidity, a nice way to start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, low in acidity compared to other coffees from like Kenya and stuff.
Yes.
If you compare this coffee to maybe other coffees in like El Salvador, it actually has a little bit of nice acidity.
Yes.
So everything is relative. But for me, this is a kind of a brown coffee.
Yeah.
So if you think drinks, this would be more like a darker beer. And whereas a Kenyan might be more like a fruity IPA. Ethiopian might be like a wheat beer, So you have different categories. Even if it's coffee, you have different categories of flavors. This is the fresh harvest, so it just arrived our warehouse, and we bought 3 lots of Catuaí this year. They all are quite similar. A little bit of fruitiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some in there. Some dried fruits.
Yeah. Not the kind of, it's not like fresh fruit, like very biting in a mango or something. It's more like this.
Yes, more as a raisin almost, or.
Yeah. Super sweet, lingering. It stays for a long time in the mouth. Very concentrated coffee. And that's why we're buying this coffee, because I'm not always in the mood of drinking, high acidity Kenyans and Ethiopians. Sometimes I just want uncomplicated coffee like this.
Yes.
But then it needs to be sweet and nice.
Yes, and I do experience a lot of our customers wanting one of each coffee.
Yeah.
It's something that's more fruity and acidic, and then one they can start the day off with. It's a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cool trick is, now we don't necessarily taste it, but if you taste this coffee next to a Kenyan, for instance, or an Ethiopian, then you can taste it's very herbal.
Yes.
Tastes like green bell pepper almost. But if you drink it alone, you don't notice. It's very chocolatey and rich. Cool. So, second coffee.
Yeah.
Did you like the first one?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. It reminds you of Starbucks, or?
It has that sweetness.
Let me give you some more if
Okay, thank
just
you.
to get it a little bit hot. So the second coffee is the Batian, which is a Kenyan cultivar.
That has more of a citrusy feel to it. Like right off the bat, you can taste that it's more citrusy than the Catuaí.
Yeah, maybe for me it's more like the citrus peel and the orange blossom. It's a little bit floral.
Yes.
And it has a little bit of kind of milk chocolate nuttiness as well. A coffee that is quite interesting. Moises loves this coffee because it grows so well in their area and it produces a lot. So he's actually changing a lot of the Catuaí for Batian because it's doing really well in their area. And I personally really like it.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't want to get rid of the Catuaí because it's very different, but let's now go back to the Catuaí and taste it.
You taste more of the bell pepper flavors. Yeah.
Bell pepper and chocolate. And
bell pepper and chocolate.
Let's go back to the Batian.
Now it's even more herbal.
Yeah.
And you get those flowery feelings.
Yeah, very floral for me. Not in like an Ethiopian way, but more in a kind of rose or violets or something like that. It's not the kind of jasmine. Yeah, very nice coffee. So Kenyan cultivar grown in Honduras. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Anything is possible.
Everything is possible, yeah. Okay, the third coffee is a coffee. We've had it a few times over the years. We actually won the Nordic Roaster competition with it once. It's the Pacamara from Marysabel and Moises. It's Marysabel's favorite coffee,
Yeah.
she said. She loves the Pacamara. Moises doesn't like it that much because it's difficult to cultivate.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of problems with it. But in a good year, it tastes phenomenal, I have to say. Yeah. Last year we bought just a little bit, but the quality was, not great. But we found just one lot that was good. Mm-hmm. This year we bought 3 lots, and they're all really nice, very fruity. Let's taste. Yes. You can tell me what it tastes like.
Now we're into the more fruity coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super complex.
Super complex. Very nice.
For those Colombians watching, guanábana, that's the fruit. This kind of, I think it's called sour sop or something fruit. It's a green fruit with white flesh inside. It's got spikes and big brown seeds, and it's just the best fruit.
Wow.
Also some red berries. I get some melted butter, some vanilla. This kind of very complex coffee this year.
There's lots of things to grab hold to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher acidity.
Yes.
A little bit more tart. You know when you eat grapes, you have this kind of tart acidity.
Yeah.
If you go back to the Catuaí, you can. Now the dried fruit is really prominent.
Yes.
More sweet. And then the Pacamara is more high acidity.
Very nice.
Yeah. Which is your favorite? That's always a question.
It's always the question. I think I have to say it's Pacamara.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent choice. I think Marysabel will be very happy.
Yes. How about you?
I like all 3. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. I think the most complex coffee on the table is the Pacamara, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of maybe the highest scoring one. But for breakfast, I would definitely drink the Catuaí every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Marysabel and Moises said that too.
Yeah.
Well, Catuaí for every day.
Yeah.
And then Pacamara for more special occasions.
Yeah, but I kind of feel a little bit, because it's so sweet and balanced, doesn't have that kind of... the Pacamara is very intense, and I don't want to drink more than maybe 1 cup if it's in the morning. Yeah. Whereas the Catuaí, I can drink maybe a liter.
Yeah, it's quite dangerous.
Yeah. So yeah, I like all 3, but I think the Pacamara is the more complex one. And also the one we have the least of, so that's why it's the 3rd coffee. Cool, so that's the coffees we're sending out in August. They're all from the same farm, so the Caballero family, they actually they don't remember how many hectares they own now. But they've been growing coffee for many years, and they've kind of been buying land every now and then, more and more. And now I think they have more than 150 hectares of land. But it's not like one big farm. It's like one small farm here, one small farm there. They even have in different areas. And they grow different cultivars on each place. Mainly Catuaí, but also some geisha and stuff. And they are like masters in processing and drying especially. So all these coffees are specially processed for us. They're dried on raised beds under shade nets next to their house, so they turn it every day. They take really, really good care of it. They now also have their own dry mill, which means they can do the screen sorting, color sorting, cleaning of the coffees. We do actually request special preparation there as well. Basically, we want a more narrow window of screens, which means the size of the beans are more equal. And we do this because when you roast them, the coffees just turn out much sweeter.
Yes.
So because we are working so closely together with them, we can really tailor-make our coffees to be what we want. And that's the benefit of having long-term relationships. One of the benefits. Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. If you want to learn more, we actually recorded a podcast while they were here. And I also did a podcast with Moises when I was in Honduras. So you should check out those podcasts. Anything else we need to say?
Enjoy the coffee.
Enjoy the coffees, yeah, maybe that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Serine, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I really hope you enjoy the coffees, and also highly recommend tasting them side by side. I actually prepare these with an espresso method.
Oh.
Yeah, did you taste that?
No.
No?
Cool.
Yeah. So you are able to prepare these coffees in a very, it doesn't really matter what brewing method you use, as long as you learn how to do it in a good way with the method that you use. So the easiest way might be the French press, I say. And you can also do a cupping, and we have tutorials for that on YouTube. Highly recommend tasting them side by side because they are from the same farms. And then you can really taste the difference in the trees. They are actually the ones that give the different flavors. They're processed the same way, they're dried the same way, and they're more or less grown in the same area. So here you can actually taste the different cultivars, which is, for me, the most interesting thing in coffee.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool, thanks for watching, and hope you will subscribe also to the YouTube channel and also to the coffees. And yeah, I hope to see you next time as well. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.